In my first year of goat farming, I lost money. I lost goats, and at one point I almost gave up completely. There was a day I stood in my farm early in the morning looking at the goats I had left, and I asked myself one question: was this a mistake? Because what I expected and what I was experiencing were two completely different things. What hurts the most is that all those losses, every single one, was avoidable. Nobody tells you this when you're starting, but I will share with you. Most goat farmers don't fail because goat farming is hard. They fail because of simple mistakes they make. Mistakes that look small in the beginning, but later become very expensive. Let me take you back to how everything started. When I started goat farming, I was full of excitement. I had seen people talking about how goats multiply fast, how they don't need a lot of land, how they can make you money even when you start small. And in my mind, I had already seen success. I didn't see challenges, I didn't see risks, I only saw profit. So I rushed. I didn't take time to plan, I didn't sit down with a book or even a simple paper to ask myself important questions like, how much will I spend feeding them every day? What happens if one goat gets sick? Where exactly will I sell them? How long will it take before I start making money? I didn't ask those questions. I just moved. And that was my first mistake, moving without direction. Because when you start anything without a clear plan, you are not building something, you are gambling. And I didn't know it at that time. The next mistake came very quickly, buying goats. I remember the day clearly. I went to the market feeling proud, feeling like I was already a farmer. But instead of choosing goats based on quality, I chose based on price. If it was cheap, I took it. If it looked okay, I convinced myself it was good enough. I didn't think about breed. I didn't think about performance. I didn't even ask myself a simple question: what exactly do I want from these goats? Meat, milk, breeding? I didn't define anything. So what happened? I ended up with goats that didn't grow the way I expected. Some matured slowly, some didn't reproduce well, some were always weak, some died in a few weeks. And slowly I started realizing cheap can be very expensive. That was a painful lesson. At the same time, I made another mistake that many beginners make, and that was housing. I looked at goats and thought, these animals are strong. They survive in villages, they walk long distances. So I told myself, they will be fine. I didn't invest in proper housing, no proper roofing, no raised floor, no good ventilation. When it rained, the goats got wet. When the sun was too hot, they suffered. At night, cold entered their bodies. And slowly, diseases started showing up. At first, it was small signs. One goat started coughing, another one started to look weak. I ignored all, but those small signs were clear warnings, warnings that I didn't understand until I started losing goats. That's when I realized something very important. A goat doesn't just need space, like it needs a comfortable, clean, and dry home. Then came feeding. This one shocked me the most because I had always heard people say, goats eat anything. So I believed it. I relaxed. I didn't plan feeding. I didn't look for quality feeds. I didn't even think about supplements. I just let them eat whatever they could find. And for some time, it looked like it was working. But slowly, the truth started to come out. The goats were not growing. Their bodies were not developing well. Their energy was low. Their reproduction rate dropped. Some looked thin no matter how much they ate, and that's when it hit me hard. Eating anything is not the same as eating right. Feeding is not about survival. Feeding is about performance. That lesson alone changed how I saw farming forever. Then the biggest problem came: diseases. This is where many farmers lose everything, and I was not an exception. At that time, I had no vaccination plan, no deworming schedule, no routine check. I only acted when a goat was already sick, and by then, it was already late. I remember one period when goats started falling sick one after another. You treat one, another one gets sick. You try again, another one shows signs and symptoms. It felt like a cycle that never ends. And every time I lost a goat, it felt like losing money directly from my pocket, because that's exactly what it was. That's when I learned something I will never forget. Prevention is cheaper than treatment always. But even with all these problems, I still made another silent mistake. I didn't keep records. I thought records were for big farmers with many animals. I believed I could simply keep everything in my head. After all, I only had a few goats, so I felt there was no need to write anything down. That was one of the biggest mistakes I made, and I learned it the hard way. At first, things looked fine. My goats were eating, breeding, and growing. Money was coming in once in a while when I sold one. I felt like I was doing well. But after some time, problems started showing up. I could not remember which goat was bred and when it was supposed to give birth. I forgot which kid belonged to which mother. Sometimes a goat became sick and I could not remember what medicine I had used before or if it had even worked. I was running my farm blindly. The biggest shock came when I tried to calculate my profit. I had been buying feed, paying for treatment, repairing the shelter, and spending money on transport. But because I had not written anything down, I had no idea how much I had spent. I only looked at the money I received when selling goats and thought I was making profit. Later, when I sat down and tried to estimate my costs, I discovered I had actually lost money. That truth was painful. Without records, you cannot know which goats are helping your business and which ones are wasting your money. Some goats eat a lot but grow slowly. Some mothers give birth to strong twins every year, while others struggle to raise even one kid. If you do not record these things, you will keep poor performing goats and sell your best ones by mistake. Many farmers fail because they make decisions based on memory instead of facts. Breeding records are very important. If you do not record mating dates, you will not know when a doe should give birth. You may fail to prepare for kidding, and this can lead to losing kids or even the mother. You may also breed goats too early or too often, which weakens them and reduces productivity. Health records are just as important. When a goat gets sick, you should record the symptoms, treatment given, and whether it recovered. This helps you know what works and what does not. It also helps you notice patterns. For example, if several goats get sick during the rainy season, your records can help you prepare better next time. Financial records tell the real story of your farm. Write down every expense and every sale, even small ones. Record feed costs, medicine, labor, transport, and repairs. Also record money from goat sales, manure sales, or breeding services. These numbers show whether your farm is truly growing or just keeping you busy. The good thing is that record keeping is simple. You do not need a computer or expensive software. A simple notebook is enough, divided into sections: breeding records, health records, feeding records, and financial records. Update it every time something happens. It only takes a few minutes, but it can save you from huge losses. The truth is this: many goat farmers fail not because goats are unprofitable, but because they do not keep records. Top of form, bottom of form. And when you don't have information, you don't have control. Then something dangerous happened. I saw small improvement, just small, and instead of stabilizing, I rushed to expand. I added more goats, more and more, but I didn't increase space. I didn't improve feeding. I didn't improve management. So what happened? Overcrowding, goats started competing for food, stress increased, diseases spread faster. Growth reduced, and everything became worse than before. That's when I realized scaling without systems is a disaster. When it came time to sell, I made another mistake. I sold out of pressure. Whenever I needed money, I sold goats. I didn't check market prices. I didn't plan timing. I didn't look for better buyers. I just sold. And most of the time, I sold at low prices, sometimes even at a loss. That's when I learned farming is not just production, it is also marketing. If you don't control how and when you sell, you lose profit. And the truth is, I didn't even have a market. I assumed customers would come, but they didn't. I struggled to find buyers. Sometimes goats stayed longer than expected, eating more, costing more. That's when reality hit me hard again. Production without market is not a business, it is a burden. Inside the farm, I was also disorganized. I mixed young goats with older ones. The strong ones bullied the weak ones. Some kids got injured, some stopped feeding well, some died slowly due to stress. Breeding was also uncontrolled. Goats were mating randomly, no selection, no improvement. And over time, the quality of my herd dropped. That's when I understood. If you don't control breeding, you destroy your future herd. Then came the hardest realization of all. The problem was not goat farming. The problem was me, myself. I lacked patience. I wanted quick success. I wanted fast money. And because of that, I kept making rushed decisions. I also didn't learn. I avoided asking for help. I ignored experienced farmers. I thought I could figure everything out alone. And that pride costed me heavily. My farm hygiene was poor: dirty housing, wet floors, accumulated waste. That environment became a breeding ground for diseases, even water, something very simple. I didn't take it seriously. Clean, fresh water was not always available, yet it is one of the most important things for goat health. And then, emotions. I kept goats that were not productive just because I liked them. Meanwhile, they were consuming feed every day, giving nothing back. That's not farming, that's attachment, and attachment can be expensive. I had no backup plan. When feed became scarce, I struggled. When diseases came, I panicked. When losses increased, I felt stuck. Everything was reacting, nothing was planned. And then I made the biggest mistake of all: trying to grow too fast before mastering the basis. That multiplied every mistake I had made. Then one day, I got tired. Not just tired physically, but tired mentally. Tired of losing, tired of confusion. That's when I decided to change everything. I started treating goat farming like a business, not a gamble, not a side activity, a real business. I went back to the basics. I planned, I selected the right breeds. I improved housing, dry floor, good ventilation, protection from rain and cold. I fixed feeding, quality feed, supplements, consistency. I created a health routine: deworming, regular checkup, no more waiting for sickness. I started keeping records: every goat, every expense, every sale, every breeding. For the first time, I had control. I reduced overcrowding. I separated goats properly: young ones, pregnant ones, strong ones, everything organized. I controlled breeding, selected the best, improved quality. I looked for markets early, built connections, planned sales, and most importantly, I became patient. And slowly, things started changing. Goats became healthier, growth improved, reproduction increased, losses reduced, confidence came back, and then profit started showing. Real profit, not luck, not hope, results. That's when everything became clear. Goat farming works. but only if you do it the right way. Most farmers fail, not because it's hard, but because they ignore the basics. So if you are starting, or if you are struggling right now, listen carefully. Don't wait to learn the hard way like I did. Every mistake I made costed me money, costed me time, costed me animals. But you don't have to go through that. Learn early, plan well, be patient, and treat it like a business because once you get it right, everything changes, and the results will speak for themselves. If this story opened your eyes, subscribe now. Because on this channel, we don't just talk about goat farming, we talk about doing it the right way, avoiding mistakes, and making real money from it. And in the next video, I'll show you exactly how to start your goat farm step by step, the right way from day one. Don't miss it. Click the video on the screen now to learn more about goats. Thanks.